It's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. I gave you a close-up of that sketch that I'm using because I'm participating in the Scraptember January Stash Bash, and today is January the 12th. Today the focus is on banners. So I tried to find a sketch that was full of all the banners, and I think the scrapbook generation was definitely one that had a lot. I chose this Americana paper that I got. It's Park Lane, and it is from Joann's. And some of the papers that I am pulling, I am going to use both sides of the pattern paper. So I cut it in half, and so I use both sides, and I'll show you here in just a minute. So you see the little washi tape that I put next to the pattern. I don't know, it's over on the bottom right hand side of the sketch for scrapbook generation, and I wanted to make sure I didn't get confused of what paper was what. So instead of writing on that paper, because it's difficult for me to print copies, I have to go to the library to do that. So I found a way that if I kind of coordinate the washi tape, because then I can take it off whenever I was done and put it on the pattern paper. And that way it kind of kept my mind organized anyway on how to place the papers. Now, not every piece is a banner, but the way that I did the banner, I tried a couple of ways. I do have a punch that cuts banners, and you'll see here in just a minute whenever I do try to cut with the punch that I try to line it up, and it didn't line up perfectly. I ended up using my scissors after all, and I thought, you know what, this sure was a lot of work. I'm just going to use my scissors. So I make a cut directly into the center of the banner, and then I cut angles from the corner up into the top point of where I cut that, up in the center, and it makes a nice banner. Now, as for the length of the banners, I just eyeballed this. As for the width, it was a little confusing for me. So I just cut them what I thought was the correct width. She did have some dimensions there, but I guess for whatever reason, I got a little confused. You're not going to be able to tell. So I just tried to do it the best that I could. I did know that one of the strips, they were only 1/4 of an inch wide, and that does help because that's what that red and white is. It's like a gingham, but you can't tell, because I cut them so thin. Now, I wanted to make sure that I mention here with the Scraptember Stash Bash. So this is a month-long event where there's going to be a video a day, and sometimes there's going to be more than one video. And there are different elements that we are using to help use up our stash. So if you'll go back and look, there's already 11 days worth of videos. And I'll put a link to the Facebook group. It's going to have all the videos listing. Now, there may be some videos listed that may not show up yet because they haven't been published on YouTube, and YouTube, that's just the way that works. You can't see those ahead of time. But if you want to wait to the end of the month, which I don't recommend because there are going to be so many videos, and you are welcome to participate in doing these. You can go back, start from day one. You can go from now on. You can just pick and choose. Just upload it to the Facebook group, and it is all good. You don't have to have a YouTube channel to be able to participate in doing this. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to use up their stash, because I tell you, that is usually a scrappy goal for most of us that scrapbook. So by doing it this way, it really kind of encourages you to look at your supplies a little differently, to focus on an element or a design. So anyway, I just want to encourage you to do that. All right, so I put everything down, and these little flowers are from the little 3x4 cards. I had trimmed out the floral elements, and the little doilies were a die that I had, and I don't remember what I used for paper. I know that they're not white. I think it's an ivory color. It's probably some scraps that I had. And so that's what I'm going to put my flowers on. I'm going to add even more banners to that. And then the other embellishment that I'm using is just these red hearts. And some of the items, oh, let's see, what is that? Oh, I think that is the backside of some pattern paper. The doilies are, as I was looking at it, because I don't remember. Yeah, it was some scraps that I had from the Americana kit. So that way I knew that the colors blended. Now, as for the background, that wood grain, there is a wood grain that comes in that Americana kit, but I didn't want to use that because on the opposite side was this beautiful floral, and that would mean I would lose both pages of the floral. So I dug out what few pieces of wood grain paper that I have and found two that coordinated that was a light color, and it's from Simple Stories. And that is why I chose the one that I did. This is a little busier than I usually make, but I really like the way that this turned out. These photos are from my other 40th class reunion. I went to one reunion that I graduated from this school, but I didn't know very many people. But these people were the people I went to school with most of my life. So most of my high school days, and they included me in their 40th class reunion. So I went, and it was so nice because some of these people I hadn't seen in 40 years. So yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I really had a good time. So the photo over here on the right hand side is I put on foam tape, so I had to elevate this embellishment, on some foam tape because it would have been a little lopsided. So just trying to make sure everything's secure. And at the bottom, I do use some foam alpha to do my title. And I also I'm uh, off camera, and after I've taken all my photos, I put the name of the high school that I went to, and it goes up on the right hand side page, and it's going to go above the photos. But I didn't want to put it here publicly. So just to be, a little mysterious, we'll just say that. So yeah, I used this ruler to help line everything up to make sure everything is, you know, in a straight line. It really does help. And then I come back with the little red hearts to put on both sides of the title. There is going to be some journaling that's going to go down below. And I draw some lines. I don't do the journaling on screen, but you'll be able to see it in the close-ups. And of course, I have sequins. Now, if you're new to my videos, you don't know, but what I use to glue my sequins down is it's called Distress Collage Medium. It comes in a little tub. It's by Tim Holtz, and I get it at Michael's. And I use my tweezers to dip it into the tub, and then I use it, then I glue down the sequins, and they don't move. They don't move at all. I've been doing this ever since I was a card maker. So it's my preferred way to glue down the sequins. Yeah, I have lots and lots and lots of sequins. Using the wood grain, some clear, some red, and some navy. All right, I'm going to show you my embellishments. It's really quick. And I'm going to draw the lines for my journaling. I would I wish that I could write in a straight line, but I don't. So I really do need to have some lines drawn out for my journaling. And I'm trying to be better about journaling my pages because I'm really bad at that. Now, there's going to be some close ups at the end. Um, that way, you'll be able to see all the banners, all the colors, and make sure you check out the other ladies that are participating in this hop, and check out the Facebook group. I'll leave links below. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye bye.